Math falsifies naturalistic mega-evolution, Part 19. Atheist mathematician and scientist quote 39. Evolutionary biologist and geneticist, Kimura states that for evolution at such a rate that one new gene with fitness S equals 0.01 is substituted throughout a species in 100 generations, the cost is so great that no mammalian species could tolerate it. While, for one new gene to be substituted every 2 generations, each parent must leave 3 million offspring for one of the offspring to survive and reproduce. Dr. Fred Hoyle. My comment. Dr. Hoyle highlights work from one of the greatest evolutionary geneticists in the world, Dr. Mutu Kimura. In Neo-Darwinism, random chance mutations are needed to modify genes, or create completely new genes, that increase the fitness of the population. Natural selection must then cause those modified genes, or completely new, genes to propagate throughout the entire future generations of the species. Natural selection does this by killing off, or reducing the reproduction of, individuals who do not have that gene. This is the only way for Neo-Darwinism to improve a subpopulation of any given species to the extent of creating new genera, then new families, then orders, then classes, then phyla, and kingdoms. However, math shows that this does not work for more complex creatures, above bacteria. Explanation. Fitness is defined as the relative probability that a genotype, or gene allele, will reproduce. A fitness coefficient S of 0.01 means that the new genotype, or allele, has a selective advantage of 1%. The probability of a huge jump in fitness by a single random chance mutational change is basically 0. So, Dr. Kimura uses a reasonable number of S equals 0.01. And he calculates that even if random chance creates a new gene, or modifies an old gene, to improve fitness by 1%. To get that gene to spread through the entire species in 100 generations, the cost to more complex species, e.g., mammals, in terms of destroyed offspring, would be too high for the species to survive. So, Dr. Hoyle is making the point that this process does not work for complex creatures like mammals. To replace the gene in 2 generations would require that each parent has to have 3 million children for just one of those children to survive and reproduce. Obviously, no higher creature, apart from bacteria, can pay such a high reproductive cost to improve the species. So, this process does not work for more complex species with low populations and low reproductive rates, i.e., anything above bacteria. This means that random chance and natural selection cannot create completely new body plans, and completely new higher taxa, i.e., kingdom, phylum, class, order. All Neo-Darwinism can do is optimize the fitness of a species to its environment, inside a genus or family. This can include minor changes like beak sizes, or coat color changes, but nothing more. Note: atheist mathematician and scientist Fred Hoyle performed extensive calculations to determine if naturalistic evolution, random chance and natural selection, would work. And he found that it does not work, for any level higher than microevolution, i.e., adaptation of a species to its local environment, inside a genus or family. He published the calculations in a book titled, Mathematics of Evolution. The quotes above are from his book. Conclusion. In his book, Dr. Hoyle uses extensive mathematics to show that Neo-Darwinism is false for higher taxa. Neo-Darwinism is true for microevolution. I.e., random chance and natural selection can cause adaptation of a species to its environment, resulting in formation of varieties inside a species, or genus, but nothing more. Random chance and natural selection are not capable of creating the biofunctional information, and the large-scale changes, needed to create completely new body plans, and completely new higher taxa, such as kingdom, phylum, class, order. So, Neo-Darwinism, random chance and natural selection, is false for naturalistic mega-evolution, i.e., the claim of naturalistic single-cell to human evolution. And, this is the case for all naturalistic mechanisms in the modern synthesis and the extended synthesis. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.